I can't believe I am making this video. I shouldn't have to do this, but because of various circumstances, I really have no choice. If you haven't already guessed, I am making a rant video on Augusto Productions, who some of you might know him best as the guy who asks all those weird questions regarding certain Sonic fags on my live streams. Yeah, that guy. Now, you're probably wondering what he did this time that prompted me to make a video against him. Well, I'm sure a lot of you already have a good idea, so here's my side of the story. I first encountered him when he annoyed the crap out of one of my friends on Skype. Yes, humble beginnings, isn't it? Now, what Augusto usually does is that he would spam his channel link or one of his videos on one of my videos. But this doesn't exactly concern me because he only does this once in a while. Plus, YouTube has an automated system that labels comments of that nature as spam. Recently, however, I began to notice that Augusto was doing some rather despicable things. This all started in August when I made a video explaining why I haven't made any commentaries in a long while. Note that the video in question does delve into some dark and upsetting things, so here's a summary of the video. Part of the reason I stopped making commentaries for the time being was because of the commentary Pondersprocket made on me back in October. That video, as well as the overall disappointment of the commentary community, broke me in two. Watching some of my favorite commentators see me for the first time in a negative light drove me into a deep depression. I was trying to make a name for myself in the community, and I aspired to be on par with people like Hobbs, Ricky102, and more recently people like Ryan and Doodletones. Unfortunately, that did not end up being the case. As such, I no longer felt comfortable making a commentary because I felt making another one would only damage my reputation even more. After Ponder made her commentary, I had to rush in and make a quick video response to turn off any drama from escalating. Thankfully it worked, but now I was left as a delusion artist. Questions lingered in my head, such as, could I make another good commentary again? Was I even a good commentator? Were all my commentaries shit? Am I a good video maker to begin with? Am I a good person? Could I even leave an important impact on this earth? These thoughts, I'm sad to say, bombarded my mind for months. Eventually, I couldn't hide anymore, and I made the video explaining why there were no commentaries. To my relief, no one had said a bad thing about me. And to all those who left those wonderful messages on my video, I have to say this. Thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. Anyways, this is where Augusto comes into the picture. Not only did he leave many comments, because apparently one isn't enough, he actually plagiarized some of his comments. Like, look at this shit. I am not making this up. Never in my life would I see someone resort to copy-pasting feel-good messages. Like, wow. I would have scolded him right there, but given that I wasn't in the mood for a comment chain, I stayed out of it. Then on Tuesday, the unthinkable happened. He proceeded to spam video and channel links like a madman, and not only that, he replied to everyone who left feel-good messages on my video. What were his replies? You guessed it, more fucking spam. Like, Jesus H. Christ, this is attention whoring to the utmost degree. You want to know the real kicker of all this? The video link in question is a video where he is talking shit about Pondersprocket. Now, I had already seen him post that video link before, although this was back when his spamming was less severe. I didn't even watch the video. One good look at the title, and I had to roll my eyes. Augusto being Augusto as usual, I told myself. One thing that annoyed me though, was that he ignored the fact that I told people not to hate Ponder because of that commentary. Here's a reminder in case you forgot. Now, I want to make one thing perfectly clear to anyone listening. Do not, and I repeat, do not send any hate mail or death threats to this person, okay? Because I do not want any of that, okay? I don't want this shit escalating into some flame war just because she made a commentary against me. And the thing is, I can't exactly say I hate Ponder for making that video, because that'd be wrong to say that. Now, not only was this anti-Ponder video back in the forefront, but now Pondersprocket herself showed up in the comments. I have no two clues how she managed to find the video, but now my anxiety and anger levels were starting to rise. Then she said the following.
See, all I'm hearing is, You should totally do another video on AngryJon to piss me off.
Of course, she was being sarcastic to piss Augusto off, but at that moment, I didn't know for sure. To avoid a major freakout, I decided to talk to Ponder via a YouTube private message. I wanted to make clear that I did not approve of Augusto's actions, and I wanted to let Ponder know that I didn't hate her despite everything that happened to me in the past as a result of her video. Now, I kinda wish I did that in October, but oh well. So after talking to Ponder, I wonder what the next course of action would be. That's when it hit me. There was only one thing I can do that would not only show Augusto his wrongs of his actions, but also give me the confidence I needed to make these kinds of videos again. What kind of videos? Well... Hey guys, what's up? This is AngryJon here once again, and I am back, baby! Woo! Now before I take a crack at Augusto's video, I need to stress this. I don't want this video to be a reason for people to start sending death threats or hate mobs to him. Rather, I am using this video to show Augusto why his antics are bad, and why he should own up to them. Augusto, I know you're a fan of mine, but I don't sugarcoat my thoughts for you. Otherwise, my commentary would be fruitless. Augusto, I want you to take this video as a learning experience, because what I will say in this video will never ever be forgotten. Oh, and one more thing. Let's see, because people are complaining about black borders, I need to find something. No. Tempting, but no. Ah, there we go. Much better. But enough talk. Have at you.
Okay, hello, I'm Richie, and this is the return of the Augusto Productions commentary.
Oh dear me. First things first, the background noise is super distracting. That's even more distracting than my damn dehumidifier. If you want to make a commentary, the least you can do is turn off the damn TV or video. Second, the beginning where you were clicking what seems to be your laptop. Yeah, I have one question. Why didn't you edit that part out? If you're making a commentary, I hope to God you have access to a video editor. Also, your webcam quality is atrocious, but if you make incredibly good points, I could look past that. But so far, things aren't looking too good.
Sorry? You know what? Sorry I wasn't here, because I was searching for a job. And listen, I'm not making videos every day because I have a personal life and a lot of things in my life. So maybe I like to do one video a month. So maybe one video per month, every once a month. We could do that, or so on. Okay. So moving on.
Wait a sec. You don't mean that he? Oh shit. He's not going to edit out any of his repeated lines. Well, Augusto, I hope you realize that if you took the time to edit out any of the awkward pauses, repeated lines, stutters, and mumblings, your video would be less painful to sit through. Although my Clinic commentary was shit, at least I took the time to edit my audio recordings to make sure that they sound okay. Doing long takes will more likely cause you to slip up, and that's why it's best to edit them out. Since you're doing this on a webcam, you would have to resort to jump cuts, which you shouldn't shy away from using. Yes, jump cuts are abrupt and jarring, but it's much better than not having them. Wouldn't you agree, Augusto? Oh, and one more thing. Job searching and having a life isn't an excuse for not wanting to edit a 5-minute video, which is nothing more than a raw webcam recording. Bitch, when I was unemployed, I still made videos. Hell, I'd argued that having a job causes someone to make less videos. Also, I have a life, and I still make videos. Your point being, lastly, you saying that you would only be releasing a video once per month is total malarkey given you made a couple of videos after you made this one. If you want to schedule video releases, don't throw it in the trash mere days later. Sheesh.
Today, this is the return commentary, and the commentary we're doing is, at the title, Ponder's Rocket as in Ponder Sprocket girly voice.
See? This is what I mean by editing, folks. Given he can't pronounce the word sprocket, you could have done the logical thing and edit out that mistake and redo that part. But nope, Augusto has a life, guys. He can't afford to do that. Seriously, learn how to pronounce the name of the damn subject before you begin filming. In fact, why couldn't you have practiced this shit? Take notes, read a script, use cue cards, use fucking anything that would keep you on track. Finally, Ponder having a girly voice? Not gonna lie, a lot of people had spread rumors that she was trans, and I, believed it. After I talked to Ponder, I know now that she is in fact a cisgendered woman. And yes, I use the term unironically, your face. Keep this misunderstanding in mind, folks, because it's about to get nasty.
And basically, we're doing a commentary on Ponder Sprocket and his video on AngryJon. And I got to say something here, about this video. So here it is. Good job is good, but not that great. It's not a good video, but it's okay. It's a good job.
Dude, we get it. You liked my commentary. Want a cookie? Seriously, you don't have to kiss my ass, as it is super clear throughout this entire drama. Still though, you are not doing a good job ass kissing, because I told people not to hate on Ponder. And look what you're doing.
But basically you call my friend a sexist pig. I know you're trying to be funny, but AngryJon is not a sexist pig.
You know what's really funny? I thought Ponder had actually said that in her video. Given it was such a long time ago, it was easy for me to misremember things. And that, my friends, is exactly what happened here. Ponder actually went out of her way to find anything in her video that had the sexist pig comment. And guess what? That comment never fucking happened. So one of your biggest complaints is practically non-existent. Talk about the Twilight Zone, my favorite pinball game, by the way.
He was trying to do an anxiety test, and it was a scam. And he understands women's feelings good, as in understands women's feelings. But do not call him a sexist, alright? It's the scam that is sexist, not him.
The scam was sexist? Now, I had accused that test of being so, but as Ponder pointed out in her commentary, there is more to the two genders than mere physical appearances. It turns out that men and women do react in different ways, and science as well as social studies were able to prove that. So yeah, my bad for assuming otherwise. You know what they say, assume, make an ass out of you and me.
And basically, your video's not that great, just adequate at best. It's not at his level or anyone else. Even my videos were better than yours, but...
Wow. It's at this point that Augusto makes clear that he is fucking butthurt and is trying way too hard to make Ponder look inferior. Stating that your video is better than hers is laughable, given that Ponder actually takes the time to script and edit her videos. Hell, even my comm clinic video is automatically better than yours, on video and audio quality alone. Also, did you guys notice something? Augusto said that this is a commentary, but I see nothing of that sort so far. I'm kinda hoping that you will get around doing the commentary segment. Spoiler alert, he never delivered.
I'm getting ahead of myself. And when I watch your video, you have a girly voice for a boy.
Gee, I wonder why.
But while I was watching the video, sorry about the butts, but I have autism. So let's continue on. I have autism. Right there, I got spectrum autism. Let's move on.
Oh, you have autism? Guess what? I have autism. Scarlet Taku has autism. Youngblood Fantasy 91 has autism. Temple Grandin has autism. Raymond Babbitt has autism. Thomas Jefferson is rumored to have autism. Oh, and Augusto, here's another factoid for you. The sky is blue. Look, kiddo, it's nice that you felt the need to tell us that you have a disability, but at the same time, you say this right after you get stuck on a verbal tick. You could have edited this shit out if you legit cared about video quality. Shoot, I think that mentioning the fact that you have autism makes the video worse. Because now it seems like you're using autism as a fucking crutch. Also, it's called autism spectrum disorder, not spectrum autism, you fucking idiot.
I watched the video, but I realized something. That you, Ben the Looney, and Guptail89 have something in common. You all have small penises.
No shit, Ponder has a small penis. It's called a clit. In fact, did you know that babies don't produce reproductive organs in the first few weeks? In fact, it's often said that the clitoris is basically a very small penis due to sharing the same nerve endings as a penis, and the penis in turn is basically a supersized clitoris. But enough of that, let me ask you a more important question. How do you know with absolute certainty that Guptail89 and Ben the Looney have small wieners? Did you manage to sneak in their house and spy on them? Or, the more likely reason, you're simply pulling shit out of your ass. By the way, why Guptail89 and Ben the Looney? They're dead subjects right now. And even I abandoned the Guptail89 bandwagon after a long while. How about using current commentary targets like Slobboy or even Comet Jack? But nope, let's just stick to dead horses. Also, your insults are just, wow, preschool levels of immaturity. I'm gonna level with you, okay? Let's pretend that Ponder was indeed trans, like an MTF. Insulting her for having a girly voice and a small penis more or less borders on transphobia. Gotta love how you are giving Ponder shit for calling me a sexist pig, which, again, never happened. But you're being transphobic. Double standards. What's that?
Close your dang mouth, young man. Don't you know that's bad manners?
And your ego is not that good, it is horrible. Your ego is so big as Guptail. And Guptail is really horrible.
Ponder has an ego as big as Guptail89? You fucking what, mate? Have you looked into the mirror lately? I swear to God, the pot is calling the kettle black. And I'm skipping this part where he rambles on about Guptail's hottest sonic females list, just because, as well as giving Ponder shit for, again, the imaginary sexist pig insult, and claiming that Ponder should have watched the entirety of my video, when in fact she fucking did. Commentators don't usually watch a part of a video they're commentating on. Commentators have to re-watch the video over and over again to make sure they know what points to make in the commentary. Something you clearly don't fucking do. But then again, this isn't really a commentary, but rather a really shitty response video.
Okay, I'm gonna stop my video. That was a good video. Thank you. See you next month or so on. Thank you.
Except I have a funny feeling we won't have to wait another month just to see another video from you. Also, don't give me that whole "that was a good video" shtick. Anyways, I would usually wrap up here, except Augusto posted a second fucking anti-Ponder video. He posted this as I was writing my long-ass PM to Ponder. Thankfully though, this one is half the length of the last one, but it's just as cringy. Anyways, let's take a look at this.
Hi, hello, I'm Richie, this is the Augusto commentary. And and you look at this title, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about Ponder Sprocket again, because Ponder Sprocket responded to my previous video, and she made a lot of insults towards me in the message and comment area.
Well, given that you spend the majority of your last video making pot shots at Ponder, what the hell did you expect? The door swings both ways, Augusto. You should have realized this.
So I'll be giving my honest thoughts on Ponder Sprocket. Yeah. So So here we go, choo choo.
I have no words. Choo choo to you too? I'm skipping this small part because all he does is call Ponder a bitch and an egotist once more.
Basically, you're like a whore, not a sluttier whore, but an attention whore.
Whoa, whoa, stop. I'm gonna stop you right there, Augusto. On one hand, you actually know the difference between a slut and a whore. A slut is someone who enjoys sex for multiple people. A whore is someone who does sex in exchange for money. In other words, a prostitute. Mind you that neither of these terms makes zero sense when applied to Ponder, but I digress. On the other hand, are you actually calling her an attention whore? That's fucking rich coming from you, Augusto. In case you didn't know, an attention whore is someone who wants attention to the point that they're willing to do anything to get attention. Spamming video links as well as spamming links to your fucking channel is considered attention whoring. You fucking hypocrite. Also, what did Ponder do that qualifies as attention whoring? Riddle me that, Augusto. I'm skipping the very next minute because all he does is name celebrities he thinks are attention whores and pauses at times to come up with more examples. That totally doesn't come off as padding.
I'm gonna say this. Your commentaries are good, but not so good or great. Just plain at best.
Wait the fuck. In the last video, you said that Ponder's videos are bad to the point that my videos and your videos are better. Now here you are saying that Ponder's videos aren't the best, but still pretty good. Which one is it, Augusto? Which one is it? Oh, and guess what? More skipping!
Ponder Sprocket, eat a dick and get over it.
Says you! Who's the guy who's still bitching and moaning about Ponder? You are, Augusto. How about you follow your own advice?
So that's my opinion about Ponder Sprocket. Thank you and sparkle.
No, I am not doing the sparkle bit. Fuck off. Now with that video out of the way, I can finally list my final thoughts. Augusto, what you did was one of the most anger-inducing things I have ever seen. You did these videos because you legit thought that doing these would help me feel better. They didn't, Augusto. Wanna know why? Because not only did your videos backfire, but now I'm in the spotlight again. Now some people are going to be under the impression that I am unable to defend myself and have fans defend for me. That's bad, Augusto. Real bad. Also, a few days ago, I sent in this tweet. Now, I had no idea Augusto had a fucking Twitter account, and he found out that I posted this, and he sent me this PM on YouTube. Quote, AngryJon, I didn't mean to cause trouble with your name attached, but Ponder Sprocket called you sexist, and you really respected women, so I threw insults at her, and she was a bitch. Look, you said if anyone did a commentary hurt, you will be fine with that, unquote. I don't think I actually requested people to make commentaries on her. Even if I did, this is not what I fucking meant. Making anti-Ponder videos as a revenge plot isn't going to solve anything. Dare I remind you that I told people not to hate Ponder for her video on me. No fucking wonder Josh Scorcher gave up on making commentaries, because people like you don't listen. Oh, and Augusto felt the need to spam this exact message everywhere as well. Lastly, this is a little pet peeve of mine, but why isn't men mentioned in that message of yours? You know that the term sexist doesn't automatically mean discrimination towards women, right? The term you're looking for is misogyny. While yes, you believe that Ponder called me a sexist pig because I quote-unquote discriminate towards women, but also consider the fact that my arguments in that commentary might come off as discriminatory towards males as well. Why does this bother me so much? Okay guys, don't tell any of my family members or anyone on my personal Facebook this, but okay, here goes. For many years I thought I was straight, but now I realize I've been involuntarily suppressing these thoughts due to homophobia. I am actually bisexual. I am actually a rating 1 on the Kinsey scale, because as much as I like women, I find myself liking men every now and then. So understandably, I got ticked off that Augusto said that I ain't a sexist pig because I respect women, but leave men out. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. Now, Augusto, I'm going to give you 4 bits of advice for you, and you better listen good. Number 1, stop spamming. Enough fucking said. If you want people to watch your videos and like you, then make good fucking video content. Which leads me to point number 2. Learn to edit your shit. I don't care if you have a disability, a life, or unemployed. I was able to make videos with editing with all 3 conditions in mind. You have no excuse. It's not hard to edit out any issues. Yes, it takes time, but it is well worth the trouble if you can pull it off. Number 3, know what a commentary is and know how to make one. Commentaries are videos where you commentate over a video. Using a script is a pretty good idea, but if you are able to do it off the cuff, then that is fine too. There are 3 major ways to do a commentary. The first way is the riff. This is where the video you're commentating on doesn't stop playing and you're basically talking over it. This method works best when you have multiple people. Of course, this commentary style is inspired by Mystery Science Theater 3000 and Retsupre. The second way to make commentaries is what I call the ERC. You see, Ear Raid Coffee was a series of commentary videos RamDC made where there was no visual element aside from a single picture. These work best if you want to do an audio-only video to lessen the amount of time it would take to edit it out. Radio shows and podcasts are known to do these kinds of commentaries for obvious reasons. And the third way of making commentaries is what I call the de facto style. I used to call this the boomstick style, but he's long gone now, so I guess this name is more appropriate. This is the style of commentary you see on the majority of the commentary community. Hell, people outside the commentary community use this style, like Sargon of Akkad, Mr. Repzion, and Leafy is here. I don't think I really need to explain what a de facto style commentary is, because you're basically looking at one right now, so that saves me the trouble of explaining it in detail. However, there is more to commentaries than just video and audio editing. There is also a super important element to commentaries: making good arguments. Yes, there is humor in the majority of these commentaries, but they're only secondary. If you feel that's too much work for you, then simply don't do commentaries. Enough said. And for my final bit of advice, don't reignite old drama. Your pathetic attempts at white knighting me, as well as the fact that you did this to make me feel better, is absolutely ludicrous. Don't do my battles for me. Don't open old wounds. Don't make hate videos when I asked you not to. Hell, don't even start drama while you're at it. Stop attacking people in the comments. Stop making sexually inappropriate messages. Stop claiming that you respect women and attack women. Consider this an ultimatum, Augusto. If you fail to follow any of my advice, then I will block you. No fucking exceptions. I am growing tired of your bullshit, and this needs to stop now. Not the next day, not the next week, now. Augusto, you should consider yourself lucky that I'm even giving you a second chance to unfuck yourself. Blow this chance and it's over, Augusto.
Hello YouTubers, this is Crazy Checkup 77 speaking. This is a message to Joshua8428, aka the Hacker.
Hello everybody, this is AngryJon here, and yes, I'm making another commentary on Joshua, because this is too good to pass up. Seriously. I guess a few weeks before this video even came out, he released a commentary that was 2 hours long. I didn't bother, so I just skipped it. There was a part where he says, Rose Chu shouldn't use Shadowlink because that would make her gay because Shadowlink's a male, which is fucking stupid as hell. I mean, that makes no fucking sense, doesn't it? So that makes Starstream 217 gay. Does that make you a furry? Your argument is flawed, Joshua. I'll admit, your argument is fucking flawed. Look at me. Am I a crazy psychopath? No. So your logic is flawed. Speaking of which, he got hacked shortly after. And guess how the person got his password? His channel title was the password. Shadvic Rules was his fucking password. I must ask everyone, should you write down your password? No, it's not a good idea at all. It's common knowledge not to write down your password anywhere. But I guess Shadvic is that dumb that he actually did write it down on his channel. Like, if no one would fucking notice. Well, it did kinda work, but your plan kinda fucking backfired. Joshua, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You are. And now he's making a video saying, well, let's actually see what he wants from the hacker anyways. The hacker's not in charge of the channel anymore. That's something I'd like to bring up. Let us continue.
I challenge you to a game of Halo Reach.
What the fuck is this? Oh my god, that's the best you can come up with? Holy shit, dude, you're stupid. He does not have an Xbox 360, and he does not have Halo Reach. Even if he had both things, what make you fucking think that he will take this shit seriously? You're no threat to him. Jesus Christ almighty, man. You can't come up with a better challenge? That's your last resort? Halo Reach? Ah, fuck. Continue.
And it'll be on Team Slayer. You are only allowed to have 4 friends. No, not 4. 3 to 7 friends. Those who are with me shall stand by my side.
You have friends? Wow, kind of surprising actually, huh?
And the winner takes all. If I win, I get my account back. You have to tell me the password to which was my account. And if you win,
to make things fair, you have to do something if he wins. Seriously, it's only to make things fair, you know.
you have my account, which of course you may not want because it doesn't have much.
True, but however, it shows that the trolls have won this round, Joshua. You don't even know.
As you can see. I'll tell you what. I'll start this at 6:30 p.m.
Which, of course, never happened. But hey, nice try anyways. Good luck next time.
Starting line and I will meet you there when I get to it. Think you have what it takes to beat me? I hope so.
I would love to point this out to you right now. This is reality. Think! Life is not a movie. Life does not revolve around you. Think about it. Think about it. And of course it would whoop your ass. He doesn't have an Xbox 360, so technically the trolls win this round. Man, you already lost 2 rounds already. Man.
So, anyways, without further ado, this is Crazy Jacob 77 signing off.
Sorry for being late on this commentary and all, but yeah, it obviously did not work. Why can't Joshua just admit the fact that he's an epic lolcow and he needs to fucking die? Oh, that's a bit immature of me, but I'll say this. Joshua, you really need to stop what you're doing right now. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're just making yourself look like troll bait. That's not a good thing by any means.
Blockbuster, an organization once known for having nationwide rental stores, places where people could walk around and browse what kind of movies and games they had. It was something that was homey and friendly. Video arcades, places where citizens could waltz around and try out what game cabinets were available, and use a claw machine filled with toys. Paper letters, messages that were sent back and forth all the time between friends and family. And finally, film photography, a circumstance that involved taking pictures with a camera and then bringing the rolls of film to a photosmith to develop. These 4 things were really good to abide by. They involved a lot of traveling, but were simple nonetheless.
Take a wild fucking guess where this is going.
Until all that changed. These four elements that used to be parts of life have been replaced almost entirely by these products.
Fucking called it!
Items that access the information superhighway.
Because as we all know, using lesser known words or phrases to describe the internet totally makes your argument stronger.
Here's the deal. The one major problem about the internet that I didn't think to mention before is that in most cases, it is killing physical socialization, something we humans were meant to do daily.
We still do it daily. Here's the thing though, socializing with people over the internet is better in lots of cases because most people I encounter in real life don't have the same interests as me, and lots of them are fucking scumbags. Also, being able to talk to other autistics, people who live in other provinces and other countries, it's fucking sweet. It helped me overcome some problems, and if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't be here right now. The internet gave me freedom, and it gave me new possibilities to explore. You probably hate it because you got trolled massively by your infamous list, and are getting shit for it to this day. Maybe if you stop being such a one-sided, nitpicky know-it-all who is stuck in the past, then you wouldn't be trolled as much. But seeing how you handle your mistakes, I highly doubt it.
With Blockbuster LLC closing every single rental store and moving everything they do to cyberspace, online gaming causing so many video arcades to go out of business, and so on, it seems to me that laziness has reached a whole new level.
So, laziness is to blame for the decline of Blockbuster and arcades. Bull fucking shit. First off, Netflix is the main reason Blockbuster bit the dust, okay? Netflix has no late fees, you don't have to pay for each rented item, and you can rent as many items as you like. And to top it all off, you can all do that at home, no fuss. All that for a monthly fee of only $8. Also, Blockbuster did bad business decisions, some of which happened before Netflix became popular, so it was doomed to fail. Now, Blockbuster is doing what Netflix is doing right now, streaming and renting stuff over the mail. Now, as for arcades, online gaming is not the main reason why arcades are not doing so well. It's gaming in general. They were popular in the 80s and 90s because the consoles that were out at the time had inferior technology and they didn't look as cool. With each generation, the consoles were getting better and better. Nowadays, the games have become just as good as the arcade machines. So why waste thousands of dollars for one arcade cabinet when I can buy a console for a tenth of its price and get lots of games on it? The internet's not to blame, Guptail. It's gaming itself.
Oh!
Why am I pointing out the obvious? Well, to quote Undertaker Freak 1127, technology is not infallible. It's never perfect. It never lasts forever. See, if you take the time to think about it, do you really need such high-tech stuff that in the old days only the military used? No, you don't.
It depends on the person's needs. You don't tell people that they don't need this new technology when you don't know what their needs are. Get what I'm saying?
The only people I can think of who would need something as expensive as an iPhone are important people, like a leader of a country or a fireman or policeman.
Again, it depends on the person's needs.
Online gaming is, of course, another parasite of physical socialization. Like I mentioned earlier, it's causing every single arcade in the world, except in Japan, to lose profit and close.
According to my friend on Skype, they still have plenty of arcades in the UK, and the indoor amusement park that I go to still have arcade machines. So saying that every single arcade is closing down is a crock of shit.
It isn't just home console ports of arcade games. Do arcades need the World Wide Web to function? Nope. Even though you have to pay to use a game cabinet, Xbox Live does the same thing in the web-enabled world. That means you're losing a lot of cash playing a shooter game all day long, and you're not getting out as much as you should.
Yeah, it's better to get off your lazy ass, go to an arcade and play video games instead of sitting on your lazy ass and play video games at home. Okay? Also, the arcade games on Xbox Live are cheap,
and you don't have to pay to play it every time you lose.
While the PlayStation Network and Nintendo Wii's Matrix offer free service, the fact of the matter still stands. The information superhighway can suddenly go down out of the blue, and it can take days or even weeks to be restored.
Wow, if that's the case, you have the shittiest internet provider of all. The longest my connection was out was only a few hours. I swear, the US has some of the worst internet service providers in the world.
If you've seen my second technology rant, it's especially bad if hackers are involved. There's even people whose internet goes down all the time. And sure, the plan for a cyberspace blackout on March 31st was denied, yet there will always be a chance of a blackout because, once again, technology isn't perfect.
Neither was Blockbuster nor arcade machines. Just saying. I seriously doubt that hackers would be able to take the entire internet down. Seriously, I'm a skeptic on the whole thing.
There isn't much to say about film photography and paper letters. Digital cameras and email have almost entirely replaced these two things. They're still around, but quite rare. Practically, the only people I know who write paper letters are the poor, the Amish, prisoners, and military people away from home.
I love the fact he used a picture of black people to represent the poor. Also, the Amish do use technology, just not much of it. As for the military, it depends on where they are. If they can communicate via computer, they'll use a computer. Another thing, he never bothered to explain why emails are bad. Emails are easier, faster, and they hardly get lost. Also, you can't get killed by an email, so why bitch about it?
And film photography, well, only about 4% of the world would like to have physical developed photos. Still, a film photo has better quality than a digital image. I would prefer to have a film photo on my wall over a pixelated and fugitively inked one.
What? Are you fucking retarded? Digital cameras are capable of making pictures of equally good quality. Also, developing the film itself is a pain in the ass. Digital cameras can store a lot more pictures than film, and you can actually see the picture as soon as it's taken. Digital cameras made lives easier, Guptail. Enough said. One more thing. What the fuck do digital cameras have to do with the internet?
In short, iPhones, online gaming, what have you, with the exception of computers, are just very expensive toys. These are the things the companies and you think you need.
For the last time, it depends on the person's needs.
And let me remind the viewers that I am talking to regular people. You know what's more important than your expensive smartphones, being glued to your seat playing a web-enabled game, and so on? Outside and inside exercise, playing an instrument, spending time with a close friend, and of course, book reading.
You can talk to close friends via online gaming, and also, musical instruments can be quite expensive. What I'm getting from all this is that anyone with an iPhone and or play video games online have no lives. Congratulations, Guptail, you did something called generalization. Don't fucking do that!
But even book reading is getting a little ruined too with a device called the iPad!
Wait, so you're not mentioning the Amazon Kindle, nor the fact that cell phones can be e-readers as well. Instead, you're just going to mention the iPad. What, do you have a fucking vendetta against Apple products or something?
A device that requires a battery to run, and you can use it to go online and download a book! I don't see such a big deal about heading to your local library or Barnes & Noble and picking out a physical book that requires no electricity and can last for eternity.
Okay, what if you want more than one book and need to have all of them on the go? An e-reader can fix this problem, as you can have lots of books in the same device, and it's easy to carry around too. Also, there are many exclusive e-books, so if you want them, you need an e-reader. Having the physical copy of the book is cool, but the ink can deteriorate over time, and it becomes much harder to read. Also, physical books tend to be more expensive than their e-book counterparts. Just saying.
So I missed.
Thankfully, physical DVD rental is still going thanks to Redbox kiosks and public libraries. Again, I don't see anything wrong with heading to either one and browsing around for a movie.
Redbox and the library are not always guaranteed to have what you're looking for. Just like to point that out.
You may argue that you'd be paying more for car gas, yet the same thing applies to the delivery people helping Netflix.
And it also applies to Blockbuster and the arcades. Just like to point that out.
Besides streaming, would you rather wait for the borrowed movie to arrive at your house, or head to a store or kiosk and purchase it right away? Either way, driving is required unless you can get there on foot.
It depends if Redbox is around the person's area, and it depends if Redbox has the film they want. Some people want the DVDs because they want the special features on it. That's something you usually don't get by streaming the films.
Seriously though, this quote-unquote on-demand streaming business has got to stop.
Why? Because it closed down your precious movie rental stores? Good God, dude. Just stop living in the goddamn past and appreciate the fact that on-demand service has made people's lives easier.
I just want the people who aren't interested in having cyberspace and mobile phones to be fresh out of luck. In a situation like this, the so-called weak should not have to make room for the strong. Having both physical and electronic interactivity is a more sensible lifestyle for people to live.
FYI, we still have books, DVD rental in some places, paper letters, film cameras, and of course we still have arcades. Sure, we're starting to lose some of these things, but seeing how society is changing every year, it's something we have to get used to.
And I know what most of you are thinking. You're thinking, you idiot, all this is like saying we should go back to using the telegraph and carrier pigeons instead of the telephone. Well, that kind of change was proper. The telegraph and phone both require electricity, but the phone is obviously more efficient because the telegraph sent messages through Morse code, and we obviously don't talk in Morse code. On the other hand, something like streaming films through Netflix instead of physically browsing for a movie in a store or library isn't more rewarding, it's just easy.
Oh, so you don't want people's lives to be easy. You basically want everyone to do the same bullshit we used to do. I'm sorry, Guptail, but society will never ever stay the same. If everything would stay the same, people would get bored easily. You cannot stop evolution and progression, Guptail. It's inevitable.
All I'm saying is, there's more to life than all these nifty devices.
Then why the fuck didn't you just do a video telling people that they need to go outside more often? Instead, I had to deal with your nostalgia-influenced bullshit.
I may use a computer that has internet, but I used it in the way that it was meant to be used. For work, certain research, or for finding something that I can't find elsewhere in the real world, and for broadcasting this message.
And right there, people, is where the shit hit the fan. You claimed that the internet was meant for work, research, locating rare stuff, and your video. How egotistical. You forgot that the internet's main purpose is and will always be networking. You said work, but saying that is so vague that it implies many things. Just like to let you know.
You don't need to be tethered to the internet. Expand your horizons. Like I urged earlier, go for a walk, play an instrument, read a book, go on a date with someone you like, or manually shop for something that doesn't need to be ordered online, if it's possible in your area. That is all. Thank you for watching.
Final verdict. While this video is nowhere near as bad as your rant on logos changing, the video still has problems. You're being biased, you put plenty of misinformation in the video, and you talk to us as if you know everything and we're the dumbasses. Seriously, Guptail, learn to accept change. Don't be afraid of it. At the end, it's all for the better good.
Now, I just wanted to talk about something that's been bothering me for a while. Now, as you might know, I am a clapper. And quite frankly, I feel that the people who are bashing cloppers are fucking douchebags.
So people who hate clopping are douchebags. What a generalization. You should realize that a lot of people are just simply not comfortable with the idea of having, sexual feelings for a multicolored pony, or an anthro pony, or a humanized version of a pony. I do understand that a lot of anti-cloppers go too far with their hatred, and I can understand getting angry at that. I've seen it before. It's just you have to realize that people just have different reasons for disliking clopping. You shouldn't call someone a douchebag just because they don't like clopping. That makes you a douchebag.
And, I feel that the people who hate on other people for having different fetishes or being bigots.
I'm getting flashbacks from my Richard Kuda commentary. It all depends on how the fetishes affect them. You see, fetishes can make people do crazy things, and I do mean it. I can see where you're coming from, but again, you labeled people who hate other people for their fetishes as bigots, when in a lot of cases, such as Richard Kuda, the hatred is justified because they went too far with their fetishes. This is why you should keep your fetishes to yourself, because otherwise, you're making yourself an easy target.
And quite frankly, I am really getting sick and fucking tired of this shit. They're fucking cartoons. Okay, why, what the hell is the big fucking deal? They're not real. They're fucking cartoons. They're fictional.
I knew this argument was going to be brought up eventually. It is a big deal for many people because it involves zoophilia. In other words, sexual interest in animals. Granted, it's with a fictional horse in your case, but it's still a horse. You could say that it's xenophilia as well, because it's a foreign object, quote unquote. You could say that they're fictional all you want, but the minute that you are unable to tell between fantasy and reality, the shit has hit the fan. Again, it's best to keep it to yourself and learn to self-control as much as possible.
And, it's not like as if we're rubbing it in your fucking face. It's not like as if we're rubbing it in, other people's faces or whatever, so really...
Stop using the royal we. You do not represent the cloppers, and you do not speak for everyone.
I'm not really big into Pokemon, for example, but I will say this for people who complain about other people fapping to characters like Misty or May or Dawn because they're quote unquote underaged. Well, for one thing, they don't look fucking underage to me.
Quote unquote underage? Are you shitting me? Misty, May, and Dawn are all 10-year-olds. They're children. I can see why people would criticize others for fapping to them. They're underage. It's pedophilia. And you know how society feels about that. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's the truth.
And second of all, they're cartoons. They're not fucking real. What the fuck is the big... scratch that. It's not just Pokemon. Lolicon in general, and all this hatred towards furries... And, honestly, it's all cartoons. It's all fake. None of it is fucking real. It's all drawn. Why the hell are you people complaining?
Sure, they're not real, but like I said before, the minute you cannot tell between what's real and what's not, you're in a world of hurt. And since this involves children, the risk is even higher. This is why people don't like pedophiles, because they're ticking time bombs waiting to happen, and that's something they want to defuse immediately. Thankfully, there exists plenty of therapies out there that are designed to prevent these urges from going overboard. This is why many people are against people who fap to fictional little girls.
This really is pissing me the fuck off. Apparently people are complaining because it looks weird. Well, that kind of mentality is fucking stupid. Because just because something looks weird doesn't automatically mean that we're evil people for doing something that looks quote-unquote weird.
Decent point, I'll give you that. But again, like I said before, it all depends.
And, also, I gotta be honest, you're no better than... acting this way makes you look fucking bigoted, it makes you look self-centered, and it makes you look, it makes you look like a fucking tyrant.
Tyrant? That's quite the big word to use in this sort of situation. They're just people who don't like fetishes, It's not like they're going to fucking purge you or something.
Knock this shit off, and I don't know what I can say other than stop being a bunch of fucking douchebags. Let us just have our own fucking fantasies. And you don't have to agree with our fantasies, but don't pick on us just because we have different fucking fantasies than you.
They're more likely trolling you to piss you off or to have legitimate problems with your fantasies. Not all fantasies are good for your mental health, hence why some people might have concerns for you.
I think that cloppers deserve a lot more credit, and not just cloppers. I think that people who look at lolicon and furries and all this other stuff deserve respect as well. Not for who they are, but just for the fact that they're individuals alone. And I think that because you're picking on them just for doing something rather than picking on them as people as whole is fucking terrible. And quite frankly, you people need to knock this shit off.
Well, human are bastards. And that's a fact that most people deny. Humans are, without question, the worst creatures of this world. Double standards, bias, contradictions, discrimination, murder, environmental damage, and the power to kill us all in one shot. To quote Walt Kelly, we have met the enemy. And he is us. But in all seriousness, though, it's a pipe dream. Not gonna happen anytime soon.
Treating people like furries or cloppers or fucking hentai people or etc. like dog shit just because of their fetishes, it's no different than being a racist or a homophobic. A homophobe.
No. Just no. You cannot say that. There's a huge difference between having a fetish and being black and or gay. It doesn't help the fact that Kuda used this same excuse. You have destroyed the entire video.
I went that fucking far. Because just like being a racist and just like being a homophobe, you're picking on other people who just happen to have one thing that is different. And that is fucking disgusting.
That comparison is also fucking disgusting.
You know, motherfucking Howard Stern thinks that all bronies are cloppers, and quite frankly, Howard Stern is a fucking terrible person, and I wish that he'd go to jail for saying that kind of shit, because he's painting an entire fandom, under, bias.
I may not be a fan of Howard Stern, but you seem to forget that he's a shock jock. A shock jock is a DJ whose job is to take the piss out of anything and exaggerate them for humor. That's his whole shtick. Also, Stern got into trouble with the FCC for the things he said. He's not going to prison anytime soon because he's a shock jock. God forbid that he makes controversial jokes. He's not meant to be taken seriously. And the rest of the video is just him saying the same things from before. Overall, the only reason you would ever make this sort of video is to vent off anger. I get that. When it comes down to it though, it's a lost cause. This video is not going to change a damn thing. It will remain the same. I have plenty of fetishes myself, and I have seen good and bad criticisms on the fetishes. I cannot stand scat, but I'm not going to go to the extreme of trying to remove all scat material off the internet. It's futile. If someone likes scat, whatever. Go ahead. Whatever floats your boat. At the end, it's how the fetishes affect you as a person that makes all the difference at the end. You get an A+ for honesty, but you get an F- for effort.